The hits just keep going
and going and going and going
on 89.5 KQAL Winona.
Well, I'm taking my time.
NBC News Radio, I'm Scott Carr. The Supreme Court's allowing some parts of President Trump's executive order targeting mail-in voting to move ahead. The Monday order lifted a block from a lower court on many of the provisions, but the key provision, giving the Postal Service oversight of mail-in voting, remains on hold, while a lower court battle on that plays out. The president's executive order directs agencies to compile a list of confirmed U.S. citizens eligible to vote in each state. The Postal Service would then oversee mail-in voting by establishing uniform standards for the ballots. The White House has unveiled what it calls its economic D-Day against Iran. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the new sanctions amount to an economic onslaught against Iran to further isolate it from the rest of the world. The jury in the Lindsay Clancy murder trial in Massachusetts has been sent home for the day. Prosecutors today pushed back against Clancy's claim that she heard a male voice telling her to kill her 3 children. A psychologist for the prosecution, Kirk Heilbrunn, testified Clancy admitted to him that her intrusive thoughts were her own, not a male voice.
I asked her the question, when you were experiencing these thoughts, were they like your own thoughts or were they like auditory hallucinations? And she said they were like my own thoughts.
Clancy's admitted to strangling the 3 children in 2023, but is pleading not guilty, claiming she was suffering from postpartum psychosis.
And she made it clear that they were unwelcome and intrusive, but they were like my own thoughts.
Closing arguments in the trial could now start as soon as Wednesday. 2 people are dead after the U.S. military launched its first known strike in 2 months on an alleged drug boat off the coast of Latin America. U.S. Southern Command says the vessel was operating along established routes in the eastern Pacific and that intelligence had confirmed its involvement in drug trafficking. The military started a lethal boat strike campaign last September. Scott Carr, NBC News Radio.
We're back.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Sports
Rundown.
And welcome back to the Sports Rundown here on 89.5 KQAL. I am Ryan Glenn, joined here tonight by Gabe Slavin and Bree Conway for our first Sports Rundown of the 2026-27 school year. And there's just 3 of us here tonight. We might have another individual joining. We don't know. So
he comes on his own time.
He kind of does.
But this is true.
We're back here for our first show. So Gabe, Bree, how's it going? What have we been up to here since it's been now almost 4 months since our last show?
You mean like the summer? Or like this, like today?
Summer. We'll start with the summer.
I was actually quite busy this summer. I had my job at the pool, so I taught swim lessons, and I was a lifeguard. I hung out with my hometown friends sometimes. I went to my cabin in Upper Michigan, and sorry, you could turn me down.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
And most interestingly, I was in a murder mystery play this summer. So,
what was the role you had in this murder mystery play?
I was the victim's niece. I was like a military pilot.
Oh. Okay.
So,
Okay, give us a line you had in that show.
a line?
Did you speak?
You're kind of putting her on the spot.
Well, yes, I did speak.
Anything.
Well, yes. Let's see. I guess one of my most iconic is one of my co-actors. She was like, "Oh, that's," she was like, "Oh, that's so impressive," and my response was, "Thanks, doll." Like, okay.
Did you say with a southern thanks, doll?
No, because I wasn't Southern. My aunt is. No, my beautiful Aunt Victoria had a Southern accent, but not me.
Oh, darn.
I know.
I feel like that's the perfect thing to say in a Southern accent.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I agree. But yeah, but it was fun because the killers changed every night. So I got to be the killer one night.
Oh, so it was a little bit of a mystery, huh?
I was the last one. I was the closing night killer. So yeah.
Oh, nice. So you were the last. You finished it off.
I did finish it off. This
Well,
is
nice.
true.
Are you excited to be back at school?
Yeah, I would agree. I think I am. I have mixed feelings. I'm not thrilled about the class part, but I am happy to be here at KQAL, and I'm happy to see all my friends and live in my apartment. So.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's that excited about the class portion, but
I suppose.
to see familiar faces and be back at the radio station. Gabe,
Yes.
you've been around. Anybody who's been listening to KQAL over the summer, they've heard your voice a lot.
Oh?
Yeah, I mean,
Kind of what else has been going on?
I've kind of been used to this place. Well, I mean, you mentioned it. I was on as a summer announcer here for KQAL for prime time as well as the drive, or not prime time, the rock pile as well as the drive-by throughout most of the summer. Some of my favorite highlights of that was when Mr. Program Director over here stopped by for my birthday, where he had
That
him.
was
Your
totally
birthday?
not planned. I was
That one.
going to come
Oh
down
my
that
gosh.
day anyway.
Gabe, when was your birthday?
It was June 24th.
Oh my gosh, happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Wait, how old did you turn?
It was 21.
The big 2-1.
The big 2-1 and the big 2-6. It was kind of crazy.
Oh my goodness gracious, that's so exciting. How does it feel to be 21?
I definitely becoming older.
Well,
But it
that
happens.
does happen when you have a birthday.
That is true. That is true.
You know, in like a few weeks, I will be on the show the day before my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact of the day.
When is the day before your?
So my birthday is the 25th, and our show is on the 24th.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So happy early birthday.
So
Thanks.
a Friday birthday for you this year.
Yes, I'm actually so excited.
Well,
It's gonna be lit.
it's gonna be lit.
It's gonna be lit. Which, wow.
Wait, you're turning 20.
Yes.
Okay, so not that lit.
Well, yes.
Pretty lit though.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was in Wilmer, Minnesota for majority of the summer, working with the Wilmer Stingers baseball team. So
Oh,
that was a
fun.
lot of fun. Some long days. I'd say the highlight was being in Dyersville, Iowa, for the All-Star game at the Field of Dreams new stadium they built there. So
Oh, that's sick.
that was a really cool experience going on the movie set, the actual field, and then they built a brand new ballpark there. The Twins just played there about almost 2 weeks ago.
Wait, that's actually so cool.
Yeah, and they're in the Northwoods League, the Stingers are, so there's gonna be a team that's gonna be their home field. So they're gonna play their
Oh.
games out in the corn, basically, in Iowa.
Corn.
So yeah, it was a cool experience. They're also building some youth baseball fields there. So it's kind of becoming a destination for families, which I think there could be a debate for someone like myself who just kind of loves how it's this own place out in the middle of nowhere, and they're kind of trying to get more people and more development there. So I don't love that, but
It's more commercial.
it is, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of the
They're
way.
gentrifying it.
Perfectly put.
Thank you.
Because have you, either of you two, ever been to the movie site before?
No, I have not.
I haven't been to Dyersville now.
You haven't been- I think
Dang.
because Dyersville is what, couple hours south of you.
Yeah.
South? So I
Wait,
think
where is it?
it's about a half hour west of Dubuque. That's where we were
Oh,
staying.
so it's like
eastern Iowa, northeastern Iowa.
east. I don't usually go that way.
Yeah, because you're not from Iowa, right? You're from.
Well, no, but my sister lives in Iowa City, so we go down
What do you go down? What do you travel?
the highway.
You go 63.
Probably whatever the major highway is.
Oh, you go on I think it's I-70. Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
that's I don't know, probably.
Yeah.
I've never
Does it
driven
run
there
north?
myself.
Does it run north and south?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Am I going to teach you two this? So if you,
Probably.
Do you know how the interstates work in terms of the numbers? Kind of where
No.
I have no idea.
So east and west, there's even numbers,
Okay.
and north and south is odd. Did you know that?
Oh.
No.
Even
I just
nothing.
kind of threw a number out.
like I-35 is probably what you're thinking of. That's the
Okay.
major interstate that leaves the
Okay.
Twin Cities, goes down to Des Moines.
Does it go through Rochester?
No, 52. So I-90, which is going east and west, goes kind of just on the outs by Rochester, right?
Okay.
That's when if you're going through
Okay.
Rochester, you can get on I-90 towards Winona.
Yeah, because 52 that goes by my town. So if we're going from,
Yep, 52. Yep.
if we're going from my town, that goes to Rochester, and then you go down.
Yes. So this is for the interstate. So you get on 90. Yep. So you two didn't know that?
No,
Not really.
Really?
I've never driven there.
Okay. Maybe just look at the sign. It says
Okay,
I-35.
listen. I don't pay attention.
I just didn't care.
Oh.
I just saw
Okay,
the
yeah,
numbers.
that works too. Yeah, that works.
Well, hey, educational show here. It is the sports rundown though. So after we kind of go through our summer recap here, we can get into some Warrior sports because We're just about. We haven't had any official events yet. The volleyball team did have a exhibition over the weekend against lacrosse, but there's not been any official events that have taken place yet. But the fall sports season is soon to get on their way, and on Thursday, Gabe, the first official event of the season, one of them will be the women's soccer team, Gabe. They'll be at home just an hour before the football team kicks off.
And yeah, I mean, it's going to be a good start to the season there, getting at home, as well as a couple of home matches as well. Looks like 4 straight to start the season, so that'll be nice. But once after that 4-game stretch, it'll be at Minot, so there's a reason why they have 4 straight. But anyways, let's get into the preview for what the Warriors are going to be like. It's going to be Kylie Janish starting as the offensive player to watch here, as they finished 9th last year in the NSIC. Delaney Marrier getting her 3rd year at the head coach's spot for the women's soccer team, as well as going 7-6-4, make that 6-6-3 in the NSIC. They're sitting pretty well. Janish getting 28 shots, 5 goals, 1 assist with 11 points last year. And then Annika Grundle getting a nice defensive player to watch nod here for the Warriors, as well as she had 1,182 minutes, 3 shots, and opponent goals per game, 1.29. So very solid defensive player there for the Warriors. We'll try to get some women's soccer players as well here on the rundown, especially on this Monday, because this coming Monday, hopefully, fingers crossed, as we'll be in contact with some of them, trying to get them to hop on the show.
Which absolutely, if anybody knows any Warrior student athletes who are interested in being on, last year we had a lot on. We had men's and women's golfer on. We had a couple cross country runners, plenty of football players, men's and women's basketball players. Was there any other sports that we had on?
Yeah, tennis player. Did you mention tennis?
Did we have one tennis player?
Yeah, we had a tennis
that's
player.
Right. Yep, we did. So we've had many sports. The year before we had a volleyball player on, or a couple volleyball players. So we're definitely going to continue to do that. And
we had some non-athletes as well. We had some important figures here at Winona State.
Oh,
we do.
This is true.
We had Winona State University President Kenneth Jans.
Yeah, the press himself.
That would have been what? I think that was in March.
Yeah, it was
that
around.
time.
Yeah, it was about March Madness.
I think it was because
it?
I think he had his bracket out.
Yeah, we were talking to him about
and,
that.
Yeah, he talked about his busy schedule and how he didn't really have time to fill out his bracket that much because he works hard. And there's a new dorm building or residence hall going up. Foundation Hall, is that the name? Gonna be the name?
Did you guys hear that they're like way ahead of schedule?
Well, that's good.
So they're gonna it's gonna be like locked in, ready to go by next year. I heard.
Yeah. Well, winter's coming soon, so they got to get as much done before that.
True. That's actually true.
Pick it back up in the spring. Well, women's soccer starting off their season, as Gabe said, this Thursday at 5 o'clock, and obviously getting pretty busy to start the season, as they said, the NSIC season soon to be underway. Next up, we'll go with our volleyball team, who will also be in action here, not in Winona, but fairly soon, Bree. They will be playing.
That is correct. They are playing Northern Michigan University, which, fun fact, is my mom's alma mater. So they will be there on Thursday at 1:30. They're going to be in Marquette, so they're going to be away, unfortunately. But I did want to touch on the fact that they were voted not to be 9th. This is their preseason rank, to be 9th in the NSIC. Last year, they were tied for 7th. So I'm not sure what they were thinking with that one. But last year, they were 16-12, 11-9 in the NSIC. Which I guess last year their coach was their first season as their head coach. So I mean, maybe that's their thought, is like, since she's a new coach, maybe. But anyways, their player to watch is number 11, Abby Ongna. So there you go.
Yeah, new first-year head coach Trisha Melfi here for the Warriors, taking over for this Winona State team that plays in a very good NSIC conference in the preseason top 25 poll for Division II women's volleyball. 4 teams represented in the top 25. Concordia St. Paul ranked number 1 in the nation.
Oh, wow. I didn't know our conference was that good. Okay, that makes more sense.
This is a conference, Bree, at the Gangelhoff Center where CSP, all their basketball games are in volleyball. They have all these banners for all their volleyball national championships.
Holy moly.
It's been a little bit since they've won the whole thing, but they're always in the mix. St. Cloud State number 5. Wayne State 9, Southwest Minnesota State 14, and then Minnesota State Mankato, Sioux Falls, Northern State, and Minnesota Duluth all receiving votes. So that is more than half the conference right there.
So basically we're a good conference.
Oh, very good.
That makes sense.
Very
okay,
good.
I see.
And Winona State has had a strong program
true.
as well. Head coach Joe Getson did retire a couple years ago, so the program trying to get back to that level of play. And
yes.
It's an exciting time. The gym in McCown will be full here pretty soon, and it's fun to see them get going. That first home game for them will not be for a couple more weeks. September 11th, that's a Friday night at 6 o'clock, and then they'll also be home on a Saturday. That's September 12th against SMSU. Next up, we will go to our men's and women's golf teams as their seasons are soon to be underway. The fall, they just have a couple meets here in the fall season. But Gabe, when are they next going to be in action?
Well, starting with who they have, there's going to be a lot of changes this year with the golf team as well, as there's going to be a new director of golf, as the position is entailed. Matthijs Makiera is serving as the head coach of the women's and men's golf programs, as well as he's a bit of a younger head coach as well. He moves in with experience at Cameron University as an assistant, as well as getting some collegiate experience at Missouri Valley College. So that's going to be a good start for the men's and women's golf program. Looking at the men's schedule, as things are looking to appear, as they have the NCAA Regional Preview on September 14th and September 15th at Grand Rapids, Michigan in the Meadows, as that will be a couple of weeks from now, but it will be something to keep in mind, as well as a Jewel Invitational, as it's unofficially the Winona State home meet, but it'll be in Lake City, Minnesota, which very beautiful place, by the way, if you've ever been to Lake City, but it will be on this 21st and 22nd. So we have a little bit of time for the men's golf team to be in action, as well as the women's. They'll be September 8th and September 9th for their first preview action from the Central region, as they kind of do regions a little differently, as that'll be in Blue Springs, Missouri as well. And then their first true meet action and invitational will be the Golden Bear Invitational here at Hudson, Wisconsin, as the Concordia St. Paul Golden Bears host that one. That'll be their first NSIC type matchups.
Well, our another guest has arrived. Jared Gallegos, fashionably late, but how we doing, Jared? Your first rundown of the year.
I'm doing great. I'm great to be very happy to be back. Unfortunately, I was late today, but it's A-okay. I'm here. I'm ready to get started with this year, and I'm just so excited. Warrior football, Warrior soccer, as I've put on a new role on for myself for this upcoming year. I'm going to be doing the play-by-play broadcasting for the women's soccer team, so you can hear me this Thursday doing that on, I believe, it's going to be
It'll be the NSIC network.
Yeah.
Now there's a new home as well.
Midco.
So
yeah.
Not KQAL. We'll probably mix in a radio broadcast here and there, but yeah, you can hear Jared Gallegos in some form of broadcasting here fairly soon. But also, Jared, I want to say, because you're late, I think we have every right to fire you right now. But I'm going to say no because we only have 4 people total. So we're keeping you just because.
You're on thin ice, though.
I am on thin ice.
Just because.
Yes.
But anyway, we were talking lastly here about men's and women's golf. Their season's soon to get underway. Next up, we will go with our men's and women's cross-country teams, as the women's team picked first in the NSIC this year in the coaches poll. They won the conference last year. They won the NCAA Central Region last year, thanks in part to having Sophia Tarud, one of the best runners in the country. She graduated, but one of the runners back this year will be Ella Voigt. She was named the women's NSIC cross-country athlete of the athlete to watch for Winona State this year. So she'll have that honor for the women's team. They also, as I said, picked first in the conference. The men's team picked 6th in the NSIC in the preseason coaches poll, and they're looking to get going as their new head coach for both squads, Darren Shepardson, in his first year for both squads, as they will start their season here fairly soon on September 4th at the Augustana Twilight Inn. That will be at Yankton Trails on September 4th, and the men's player to watch will be Jacob Lanzama for the men's side. So both teams getting ready to go. They've been very successful programs, as they also have a new head coach. So a couple new head coaches for the men's and women's cross-country team, as well as the men's and women's golf team. One more Warrior sport to get to. That will be the game and the team will be covering here on Thursday night on KQAL. That is the Warrior football team opening up their 2026 season in St. Paul against the University of St. Thomas. And Gabe, I'll just kind of ask you first. We're a couple days away from kickoff, but looking at this roster, we've had a long off season. What are you most excited about for this season?
I mean, it's got to be the front 7, right? I mean, you got David Nyes, who is the NSIC defensive player to watch here, defensive end. I mean, he's been solid throughout his entire career with Winona State, coming back for his 5th season, as well as, I mean, we talked about off the air many times, this linebacker core. We have, I would say, a good 7 or 8 people who could be starting on any team in the NSIC, and they're all here in Winona State.
You mentioned that linebacker core, really only losing 1 or 2 players off the entire roster that was in that linebacker group. A team with a lot of experience, a lot of veterans, and I'll ask you, Jared and Bree here, when you look at, you just talk about a defense that returns almost all their linebackers from the year before, and including David Nyes, defensive end. How good do you think that is going to help this team going into the season?
I mean, the linebackers, they have to be the glue of that team, and to have as many as that, what was it, all of them except for one return? I mean,
basically all the players that played the main minutes, yes, or the main
so
snaps.
You're going to have that chemistry be built, not only from going on from last season, but also the summer that they spent together getting ready in preparation for this fall season.
Right, I agree. I think, like, to add on to what Jared said, I think it's going to be better, like, there's going to be less of an adjustment period. Like, hopefully they'll be, like, their chemistry will be good enough and they will be, like, good right away instead of having to try and figure out that chemistry, and they'll be ready to go.
And, the leadership roles, too, are going to be definitely solidified coming into this year versus, a transitional period. We have a bunch of people coming in. It's definitely going to be something to look out for.
I like what you mentioned about that leadership position because there's 4 captains this year on the Warrior football team. 2 of those out of the linebacker group, Ethan Doucette and Brent Jeske, both Jeske here for his 5th year, Ethan Doucette in his 4th year, because now how it works, it's 5 for 5, so all these athletes get 5 years of eligibility.
Oh.
So now Ethan Doucette, a senior, and Brent Jeske, a 5th year. And another 5th-year player on the defense, that'd be David Nyes, a senior. And this is what he had to say about the defense just a few weeks ago back in fall camp.
I've kind of told everybody that asked the same thing. I think we're really together this year. The D-line as a whole has always been like a super together unit, but now I feel like the safeties, DBs, linebackers, defensive line, we're all together in the way that I felt the defensive line was before.
David Nyes was named Winona State's NSIC defensive player to watch for this season on the offensive side of the ball, and the other captain for this team, that would be senior quarterback Jackson Flopmeyer. And Gabe, a quarterback last year, he was near the top of the conference in passing touchdowns, passing yards last year. He also had a really good backfield behind him, a couple of solid running backs. But for him, stepping into another year, really his 3rd season, about 2.5 seasons of being the starter, what are you looking for him this season?
Well, I think one question we should bring up, too, is the new offensive coordinator here, Nick Miller, the quarterback's coach next year, takes a step up, and he also coached an offensive player of the year at McKendree University, by the way, just to shout that out. But, I mean, obviously, Jackson Flopmeyer, a very solid quarterback in the NSIC. I want to see him make improvements on his accuracy and more sometimes his decision-making in senses where it's a very run-pass option-heavy offense at times, so sometimes you can get a little locked on. If he can make those decisive moves and avoid making... He didn't make a ton of mistakes last year, but when he made those mistakes, that's where, if he can get those up, it'll be a really good year for him.
Mm-hmm.
Winona State football on the offensive side of the ball will return 6 starters, and when you have a running back, Jared, last year, Warrior running back Jimani Muhammad last year, 608 yards for him, but he only really started the last 4 or 5 games. He was a true freshman. Do you think when a player like that in their freshman year really pops out, like how much better are we going to see him improve to this year, do you think?
I mean, it just builds that kind of, it builds the hype. I mean, you see, like you said, he didn't really turn on till the last part of the season. Now you get a full season in front of him. If you're a coach, you just can't wait to see what he can do on the field for your offense. So, I mean, nothing but just excitement for sure out of the coaching staff. And as the player, he wants to prove to everyone, like, the last part of the season last year wasn't a fluke. That's just who he is. And now getting a full season in front of him, that's going to be definitely something to look out for.
And Bree, last year when you were here as a freshman, I know you were at some of the games.
Yes.
Kind of, what did you last year see from this Warrior team that you really liked, and what did you kind of want to see him do this year?
There were some moments where they were like a little dull, but then there were some moments where like it was like it was really exciting. So I would really like to see more of those, like
more consistency.
Yeah, more consistency. Yeah, that too, because they were kind of inconsistent last year. So I really like to see some more consistency and more of those like exciting moments, because those are really fun to watch. And I had a good time when I got to see them.
Yeah, well, Winona State had a couple big comebacks last year. 17-point comeback at home against Bemidji State. 19-point comeback at home against UMary, which was the largest comeback that Winona State football had. I believe it was 42 years.
Wow.
So it's they've been able to come from behind, but they also this year would probably like to be in front of those games and not have to rely on that. Gabe did mention earlier a new offense coordinator, Nick Miller, for Winona State, and this is what Jackson Flopmeyer had to say about working with him this year.
It's been great. I mean, even just last year having him as a quarterback coach is just like night and day for my first 2 years here. He's a personable guy. He really loves the game of football. He's a Wisconsin guy, so we got something to kind of go back on with each other. He just makes the game more enjoyable. It's really what it is when it comes down to the end of the day. It's like a guy where, you go out there and you fight for it no matter what. We talk about it all the time, kind of like that servant leadership, that selfless mentality, and I think he embodies that whole thing.
The Warriors will kick off their 2026 season this Thursday at 6 o'clock. Our coverage will start at 5:30 with Gabe and I up there on the call. And we'll see how this season goes for Winona State, picked 9th in the NSIC preseason coaches poll. And Gabe, I think that's a bit of disrespect compared to some of the late success they had last year and the amount of guys they have returning this year.
There's nothing wrong with a little underdog mentality for a team this year.
We like this, yeah.
Dogs.
Yeah,
No, my dad has the philosophy is like it's good to be like underranked. It's better to be underranked than overranked, because if you're underranked, it's like, oh my gosh, they're so good. They've exceeded expectations. This is fantastic. But if you're overranked, it's like, oh, they're kind of like flopping right now. They're like being very underwhelming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I like that where you kind of have that chip on your shoulder because of that. And Winona State will be on the road again on September 3rd, another Thursday game. That will be at Northern State, 6 o'clock. Kickoff for that one. Their first home game will be on September 12th. That's a Saturday game at 1 o'clock at Maxwell Field. They also, this year, the Warriors do have a night game at home on September 26th against the Augustana Vikings. And really to look at this schedule, too, they have Sioux Falls, Minnesota State, Mankato, and Augustana, three probably the best teams in the South Division. Wayne State, they're on the road against them. But, Jared, we play probably our three toughest opponents at home. How much do you think of an advantage that could be for our Warrior squad?
I mean, considering how they ended off last year at home, I mean, what was it? 1 game loss?
5-0 last year.
5-0.
I should mention that. Yes.
You go undefeated last year at home, and now you're starting off your next season. You know, you had a year where you learned a lot about yourself. You know, if being a part of the Warrior program, you learn you have a really young guy at the running back position who's a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can utilize him into the next year. So you get a lot of players returning. You have so much to build off of, and then you look at it saying, okay, our hardest part of our schedule is going to be all at home. You have so much more to look forward to now that you can kind of get all the kinks out of the way and things like that. So I feel like this year, for what I've seen from online, you know, the preseason stuff, you know, we're destined for something way more than a 9th ranked in the NSIC.
And something that Coach Kern really has harped on a lot is being really good around the football. Last year, Winona State led the conference in sacks as well in the defensive line. Nice. Losing Connor Haggerty in the middle, first team out conference, but returning David Nyes, Taden Thomas, defensive end, Wesley Wollen, guys with experience on that edge could really be big for the Warriors this year, who, as I said, undefeated at home last year. And Jackson Flottmeyer, quarterback, 7-0 at Maxwell Field. Just want to put that out there.
Wow.
As Warrior football gets going this Thursday, we said pregame 5:30, kickoff at 6. Well, Jared, we kind of didn't have much of an introduction for you, so we kind of went on what our summer was like, what we were up to. What were you up to this summer before we go to break?
Working, just trying to get money for the fall. I worked at a golf course over the summer. That was fun. Other than that, I mean, I didn't do much. I became an uncle over the
Oh, congratulations!
Over the summer.
Awesome.
My brother had a kid, and she is amazing. She is the funniest baby, as my brother's girlfriend says. She's the funniest baby in the world, and she really is. So yeah, that's awesome. But other than that, no, just got to be real around my family, and you know, got to hang out with them. So I'm excited to see what the year brings on. But yeah.
Well, nice. I'm happy you mentioned working at a golf course, because something I actually wanted to talk about in the second half of the show is about a college football player that plays Division I football player, quarterback in the SEC, that is working at a golf course for his academic credit this year. But we'll talk about that on the second half of the Sports Run when we come back right here on 89.5 KQAL. 89.5 KQAL. I am Ryan Glenn here with Bree Conway, Gabe Slavin, and now Jared Gallegos for the second half of the Sports Rundown, our first Sports Rundown of the 2026-27 school year. And I kind of hinted at a story I wanted to talk about after Jared mentioned he'd been working at a golf course this summer. So there was a Division I quarterback. Actually, there is a Division I quarterback right now in the SEC for South Carolina, Lenore Sellers, who this semester, so he's going to graduate in December this year, but he is mainly, for his academic credit this fall semester, he's only working at a golf course where he's going to be driving the golf cart around, picking up range balls and other things like that. So thoughts on being able to do a full semester of just working at a golf course and playing football at the same time? Sounds like the dream. There we go.
Yeah, I was about to say that, and I thought the headphones were going down again.
No.
But that and the fact that he's probably also getting a boatload of money in NIL, just being a college athlete. I mean, that sounds like the dream. That sounds like my dream, considering I'm working on one right now. But yeah, I mean, also the way he described it too, he's like only picking up range ball. You'd think he's like learning
facility management mainly is always.
Yeah, you would think he's learning like the golf business stuff, like the becoming a head pro or an assistant pro. But no, it's just picking up range balls and doing the facilities and stuff. So that's hey, props to him. If he gets the opportunity, I mean, take it.
Can you imagine a 6'5", 240-pound SEC quarterback driving a zero-turn lawnmower to cut the grass?
Dude,
I would love to see
and
that.
if he's picking up range balls, they must have a beefed up range picker, dude. Because the ones that I've worked at, those things are tiny. You're not fitting that if you're over like 6'2". So I could only imagine how he looks like in there driving that thing around.
Bree, any thoughts?
I think that sounds really funny to me. I didn't know that was like an option. Like I didn't know you could just like work.
I don't think anyone did.
Of, like,
I think
classes.
with the state, because there's a lot of talk right now about the state of college athletics, eligibility, the money these players are making. By the way, looking this up, Lenore's Sellers estimated between 2.7 to 3.7 million.
Sellers.
Lenore's.
That last
he's getting 2 point.
That's the projection here.
His projected NIL deal.
So
and
he's a millionaire that is picking up range balls.
God.
And I worked at a golf course the last couple summers ago too. I didn't make that much. Not even close.
No.
That's called being blue collar.
He's a millionaire
and
range
he's a football player. He's putting his body on the line for South Carolina.
Got soft hands.
Yeah, the state of NIL is the game's gone.
It's crazy. Another athlete that was had a headline here. This headline from Yahoo Sports. The headline reads, "I hate college football. This is absurd." The college football world reacts to Penn State quarterback Rocco Beck taking one online class this year, which for him, so allegedly I saw him being interviewed at the Big Ten Media Days. He is graduated because he was at Iowa State. He's graduated, has his undergrad, but now he's pursuing a master's degree, maybe in quotations. But basically the quote is that he is came over here. I'm in a grad program, organizational development and change program, leadership classes. I don't know yet. We haven't picked my class yet, so we're just here coming up for the weekend to start school, but I'm in one class. I guess it's the props of being graduated and being a fifth year. So I would ask the question now to all of you. If you could pick, and maybe you would want to be working at a range, if you could pick one class, if you're a student athlete and you could only have to take one class, what would it be? And if it's not even a realistic class, you could make it up maybe, because obviously that's kind of what's happening at this point.
Well, I mean, I had fundamentals of radio last year as a class. So
how was that with Doug?
It was fantastic. It wasn't really a class because I just had my
in here,
radio.
yeah.
I was just in here.
Basically, you're doing it right now.
So what Doug does is he just shows you the ropes and just throws you in the deep end. That's all he does.
Yeah.
That's how
I thought he
class
just insults you the whole time.
Yeah, that too.
That's in the middle. That's in the middle.
That too, actually. So I mean, honestly, I would do that and be a college athlete. Sounds great.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably pick a video or audio production class because I have one of those this year, and that's actually
Wait, which one are you taking?
video and audio production.
I love that class. You're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah, so I'm excited to take that compared to what I had last semester.
Nice.
Is the first project you're probably doing is probably a dream sequence?
Probably, I think so.
Yes.
Because I remember I went over to the parks by the lake, and it was of me hitting a home run.
Oh, nice.
That's why I took a baseball bat over there and then hit it and then bat flipped. It ran around the bases and then you wake up and it's like you're all happy or something. Yeah. But, well, nice. Gabe, what would you pick?
I was just going to say like a PE class, like dodgeball. Yeah.
I hate dodgeball.
There's a dodgeball club here, Bree.
Have you watched the movie Dodgeball?
I will not be joining.
Why not?
I hate dodgeball.
Why do you hate dodgeball? Do you have a bad past experience?
Scary. No, it's so scary.
Sorry to bring that out. Gabe's over here just gonna be whipping the dodgeballs at everybody.
We are not doing KQAL.
Gabe looks like an evil dodgeball player,
though.
He looks like he aims for the faces.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, probably. I would. Well, I have a low center of gravity, so it can only go
so
up.
Everything's rising.
You just kind of like get a little whiplash on the arm. Just
yeah. See, this is exactly why I
John.
hate dodgeball.
Because people like Gabe.
Yes.
Yeah, Gabe, you make Bree's life very difficult here.
I agree.
So, but you asked the movie Dodgeball. Did you say?
Have you seen the movie Dodgeball?
Nuh-uh.
It is. It's so funny. It's so stupid.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
It's the
You
perfect.
dodge a wrench.
Yeah.
You dodge a ball. And then he just nails him right in the face, knocks him out.
It's worth the watch. It's worth the watch.
Sounds good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
love Dodgeball.
Oh, that's so good.
There's a lot of movies like that where I'm just like, what was I watching? Like growing, like I never could understand the concept of it growing up, but then now you look back and I'm like, this is like peak comedy.
And I've seen, so speaking of comedies, I've seen all these, this discussion online about how comedies like that aren't made anymore because It's almost like these movies are just made. Nobody thought those movies were going to be like good. They're supposed to be funny, and they are funny. But it's like in terms of being really good stories, I don't think those aren't really made anymore.
No.
Well, if you watch the movie Zoolander, you kind of get like that movie should not have gotten a sequel, but it was.
Wasn't there 3?
There's like 3.
Shouldn't have got the third one.
Like the writing, the writing is so just like weird. Where like it's not supposed to be serious at all.
That's
it's just
the
a
thing.
dumb movie.
The early 2000s is the thing. No one wanted to take anything seriously.
Yeah.
Everyone just wanted to have fun. Like you would just get like your actor buddies and make these super dumb movies, and people would like it because like these were early day act. Like Ben Stiller, I think he was relatively unknown until he did all those movies, and then he did Night at a Museum, and then he got like more like things like that. So like stuff like that, it was like a build up moment.
Yeah. I mean, when you say like movie wherever all their buddies just get together and just, I just think of Grown Ups.
Grown Ups, yeah. 100%.
I feel like that's like the last one of those. Where
That was
like,
that was them like their fruits of their labor. They not just could be old and.
Isn't there a third Grown Ups?
I
in
think
the
so.
works?
They say yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
That's.
We're just gonna make sequels of every Adam Sandler movie.
I guess so.
He's probably got enough money. He can do whatever he wants.
You know
at
what?
this point.
I
He made
was
Happy
in the
Gilmore
same
too.
building as him.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Were you at T Swift's wedding?
Unfortunately not. No, I was at a Lakers game.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was last spring,
in March,
wasn't it?
In March, yeah.
that's
I was
right.
at a Lakers game, and he was also at the Lakers game. So
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Anyway, how did we even get on this topic? We were talking about movies. Oh,
Oh,
what class? Dodgeball.
Yeah.
If I could pick a class, I always wish this would exist. It's a class where you watch movies, and then you can just kind of either rate them or give your opinion on that. I think
had
that'd
a
be so
class
much
like
fun.
that.
Really?
Yeah, I basically how the class worked was you had the only thing was you watch one movie every single week and you just like basically like answered like a question, like you just gave like your thoughts on it, and that was it. Like that was the whole class.
Cannon Falls High School?
No. Actually, it was Inver Hills.
Inver Hills, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I want to take that class, but anyway, I wish
don't know
that was
if
a class
it's
here.
I don't know if it still exists, but I watched some really good movies. Like they were good.
Well, nice. Also, another quote from a couple of years ago. I remember when Carson Beck said, "No class, I graduated 2 years ago," right around the national championship game. So it's just how funny.
Dude, the state of college football is abysmal.
Well,
it's going to start leaching onto new sports. I mean, the beginning of the end for college sports was the amount of like. Because you're seeing it now in college soccer too, with the international prospects coming in,
Yes.
like these 23-year-olds who like go up the ranks, the youth ranks in Europe, play for the first team, and all of a sudden they decide, oh, I can get paid a good amount of money, be in the U.S., and then some of them get an education, some of them don't, some of them just go to play, but like you could. Like that was the beginning of the end for college sports because like the amount of homegrown talent now has to go through the pay to play. So this is I'll get onto this one of these days about the whole the pyramid of U.S. soccer and why it's failed so much. But you look at it now, like reasons the European people come over here is because they'll be like just levels above everyone else, just over everything. And then, homegrown players have to go through the pay play system. So like they're spending all this money and that's why you don't get the best talent. But I digress. Going back to the college football aspect of it, the more money that gets pumped in a sense, people say it's good for the players because they're generating all this money. But at the same time, where does the line get drawn?
So essentially, you're saying there are professional athletes coming in and taking these college kid spots.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of college football, Daquan Wright, the first name who just left now leaving the Cleveland Browns, going to play college football for LSU.
Oh, he's leaving the.
Yeah,
you did not hear this, Bree?
No, I did
Where
not.
have you been?
So didn't get a good. What was
not
it?
around, I guess.
Not a good training camp preseason.
Yeah, basically a wide receiver, or tight end who played 4 years at Ole Miss this last year, signed just after the draft, signed as a free agent with the Eagles, was waived by them, then signed with the Browns. Just played in their last preseason game this last week, and now he's planning to go back because of the 5th year of eligibility for these college athletes. He's planning to go back, signing with LSU.
That's wild. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. You could do that? Why?
Who knows?
Well, this new rule, 5 years for these athletes, all these student athletes who just completed their last year, because it goes into effect for athletes, the class of 22 high school class. So it's everybody who just would have completed 4 years last year. So any player who was just done thought, hey, well, with the new rules now, I should be eligible. And there's a lot of legal cases and suing going on. It's just a mess.
Who was the Ole Miss quarterback?
Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah, Trinidad Chambliss. He got into a big dispute over that with the NCAA. Did he win?
He did. I think he's back.
Well, no, he lost. He lost the first part. He lost originally. Then he took it to the grand jury. Then they decided to relook it, and then he got reinstated again. But yeah, I mean, it's such a wild thing, and you just got to imagine how like the splintering that COVID caused, because this all goes back to COVID. Like this all goes back to giving them the COVID year and all that.
Yeah.
And then you have these athletes thinking, I mean, we need to get paid. And then you think there's going to be some sort of cap, and there's not. And now we're here, and we're basically the beginning of the end here for college sports.
Well, I do think the fact that they're putting in a finite start date and end date for all college athletes, I do think some extreme examples are coming out now. In my opinion, I do think it could potentially be a little more like leveled down after a couple of years because, I mean, it affects the class of 2022, but after that, it's going to be everyone following the 5-year rule because no more actual red shirts.
Yeah,
no medical, no,
that's
just
true.
no traditional. So
multiple injuries for an athlete, they're done.
Yeah.
Which is, it's unfortunate, but
I mean, at the end of the day, it ensures that you don't have a 24-year-old junior who has had 2 ACL surgeries making like $100,000 at a small D1 school. Like you ensure that doesn't happen, which is good. But still, like I feel like the original problem would be that putting a cap on the amount of money they can earn, because you just have these players coming in and just like they're not even college students. They're just athletes that happen to be representing a college. So it's just kind of dumb.
And I thought with this Daquan Wright story, he's not going to be the only one. There's going to be other names.
Oh,
but
no.
Essentially, I think the perfect comparison is he went up to the big league club for spring training, didn't make the club, and now he's sent back down to AAA. I think it's as simple as that, and that's what college football, college athlete. I know football kind of stands out. Basketball can also be up there because of the money, but college football obviously will always probably be the top for.
Yeah, because that's where the money is.
That's where the money is.
But what's stopping
I don't know.
a guy that gets called up to the big leagues and then all of a sudden doesn't make it? He's an international player. He decides, all right, I'm going to go to college, get some money. Like, what's stopping him?
Could this keep happening? Because this is the 5th-year rule. He can come back. Will there be athletes that go 4 years and decide in the future to try that, test the waters of the NFL?
That's the thing about also, like, these are the early stages, so they're definitely looking for any little loophole, and that guy definitely found it there.
He knows.
And the NCAA isn't very good at their fine print, so...
It seems like there's a lot of issues with that right now. The Athletic actually has this article. Gabe and I have done one of these before where it gives you a scenario here, and I don't know the answer to this. It's a yes or no answer, right? So I'm going to read it to all of you, and you will collectively come up with a guess here.
Okay.
All right, here's this. This is a hypothetical scenario. You split 4 seasons across 2 SEC teams and went undrafted in April. This time, you catch on with an NFL team and you notch 2 sacks in your preseason debut against the Jets. But you're no lock to make the roster. I like how they include the Jets. You're no lock to make the roster, and the college teams could use you as a proven starter. Can you still go back? Yes, if you pay back your NFL income to date, or no, you sign a pro contract, open and shut case.
Was he drafted?
Undrafted.
Then I'm pretty sure it's a yes, you can go back.
Yeah, isn't it? Yes.
Do you agree with that, everybody?
I agree.
All right, yes. Answer correct.
Yay.
Continue to see why. Because the NCAA believes otherwise, the Louisiana court recently just cleared the way. Former LSU and Florida linebacker Jack Pyburn, who is currently in the Bucs roster, played a preseason game, is one of the 16 college football players who took the NCAA to court over this. So there you go. It's funny that the Athletic here is doing an article about scenarios, hypotheticals, where, hey, can you get back or not? So
yeah.
I feel like it's a little rhetorical, this entire article. Like there's a message behind this, you know?
And like for an undrafted guy, I get it. Like being able to go back to college, yeah. But if there's a draft, someone that gets drafted and they play preseason, they go through training camp, and then they go back to school, that's insane. But like the undrafted part, I do get, like, especially if they're still young, like if they're not like 25.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you get like a true senior who that is 4 years gets signed undrafted, I get that. I mean, looking back on that Lenore
Sellers.
No, the other guy that
Daquan Wright or Daquan Wright.
Daquan
Wright.
Like that kind of does make sense. Like in the end, like you could theoretically go back, but at the same time, they need to figure out what's like the clear cut rules of it before it gets out of hand.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, with the NIL rules, there's really not a way of creating like a clear cut, because all this is, I mean, it's announced, or like there's not really official amounts given for NIL distributed. And to quote Shane Gillis on College Game Day a couple years ago, I don't think the NCAA or SEC, I shouldn't say NCAA, played players ever. as Alabama Jones was sitting like on the pundits.
Relax, Alabama Jones.
Have you heard the backstory behind that?
No.
Oh my god, because like he thought when he first mentioned it, Nick Saban was like off screen.
Yep.
He thought he was being serious while he said that when he like called him out. And then he had to help him down because Nick Saban, he's me sized, you know. Really? I mean, it's true. It's true.
He's also old. He's also old.
Yeah,
too.
so he had to help him down after saying that. So
I can't wait here. We might at one point this school year there's kind of in the works right here in the staff of KQAL. We might get cameras in the studio for some type of like streaming.
That.
So we'll finally be able to make fun of Gabe for his size, and people can see it on camera.
Yeah.
So.
It happens to change the light bulb.
I thought you were gonna say, sometime this school year we'll get Nick Saban on so he can, hit Gabe. Which
if we can get Nick Saban on, that
would be wild.
I thought of a funny joke now that I live with Gabe, but I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, well, save it for off air. We can transition over to a basketball team here in the state of Minnesota that is dominating this summer, 31-7 right now.
Yes.
Bree, the Minnesota Lynx, who tonight do play and have a chance to clinch home court.
That's correct.
They are taking on. But first, give me your thoughts on this season so far.
For the Lynx, or just in general?
The Lynx, the league, anything.
The Lynx have just been dominating, and it's mostly because of Olivia Miles. I don't know if you guys have seen her play. Anyone?
Oh, yeah.
Olivia Miles. Oh my goodness gracious, she is so good. I don't think anyone expected her to be as good in the W as she is. She's just crushing everyone. It's wild. Like, she is on track to break Caitlin Clark records. Fun fact. I don't know if you guys
don't
knew
tell that to the Iowa people.
I know. No.
Yeah, Iowa people will live.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
excited for her. Like, she has just been doing amazingly, and the Fever have also turned it around, which is good.
Oh.
That was a loud. I did not think that thing was gonna be that loud.
Jared shows up late. He's making noises.
I know, what the heck.
These mic stands never make that much noise though. So I didn't think it was.
They're a little rusty from the summer.
Yeah, that too.
True, but. The Fever have turned it around. The playoff picture is almost set. It's between the Wings and the Fire, but the Wings are gonna clinch it.
It's a 5.5 game lead or 6.5 game advantage.
It's like because the Wings are 22-16 and the Fire are 15-22.
They got it wrapped up.
So I think the Wings. So the playoff picture. The teams are going to be the Lynx, the Valkyries, the Aces, Dream, Fever, Liberty, Mystics, which the Mystics have really turned it around. They've been kind of the bottom of the pile most of the season, but they've really started to pick it back up. And then most likely the Wings. I really hope the Wings stay in that 8 spot because the Lynx have been just crushing the Wings every time they play. As it is actually, I would really like to see these matchups. Like, because the Lynx would play the Wings, the Valkyries would play the Mystics, the Aces would play the Liberty. That would be a fun series. And then, of course, the Dream would play the Fever, which would be a really fun matchup.
So for the Lynx being the 1 seed, are most likely going to have that home court. Who do you think, I know standings-wise, these teams are actually pretty close in between games. Who do you think's the biggest threat to them for
who's
trying to win the championship this year?
That's a great question. I would probably say Aces, they got a decent chance. Fever are kind of hot and cold. Like Fever,
Hold on, we gotta find some funny music.
Okay.
Can you find any?
I like how delayed it was.
Yeah, she stopped, looked at us. Hold on. Say that joke again.
Didn't it give us time to process it? In the middle of us processing it, she explains it.
What was that? What did you just...
Fever like hot and cold, like. And honestly, the Mystics have been hot recently, but I don't see them like winning. And the Liberty just got Feebitch back, so I'm not sure about them. Since they have Feebitch back, it maybe, but it's most likely either Aces or Lynx. Valkyries, even though they're 2 right now, they just don't have the hoorah to pull it together.
Well, there you go. You said Olivia Miles. She's averaging 20 points a game right now as a rookie. I do have a little bit of trivia for you, Bree. You know much history for like the individual players' stats at all? Or
a little bit.
Okay, so she averages 20 points, exactly 20.0 right now. Mm-hmm. If she's able to increase this, she could set the record. But there are 3 players who have finished in their rookie season with a better point per game stat.
20?
Can you name those 3 players?
For points?
For points.
Is Caitlin one of them?
She's not.
Really? Okay. Are they all older players?
One of them is still playing.
One of them is still
playing. She
playing.
is probably.
Oh, Asia Wilson.
Yes, she averaged 20.7.
Yeah.
She's third on the list.
I feel like I've seen this statistic before, but
one of the players was in the inaugural season of the WNBA, and the other one did play for the Lynx.
The other one?
Maya
Moore?
Not Maya Moore.
Simone Augustus?
Simone Augustus, yes.
And then the other one was you said the inaugural season?
Yep.
Was it Candace Parker?
It was not.
Oh, do you have any more hints for me?
Her initials are CC.
CC. Anyone else have any ideas?
I was thinking Cheryl Swoops, but that's...
I think that's SS.
Yeah,
right?
That's where I got the alliteration.
CC. Okay, no, I don't got it. What's
Cynthia Cooper.
Oh, Cynthia Cooper.
Who averaged 22.2 points a game. So Olivia Miles closing in here on one of the best rookie seasons in league history.
She's been in MVP conversations. Let's see, she would be the first to win MVP and Rookie of the Year since, who was it? Someone...
Was it Candace Parker?
Maybe it was.
Because she won in 2008 her rookie year, MVP and Rookie of the Year.
So then that must have been who I was thinking of then. Yeah, because she's absolutely winning Rookie of the Year, that's no doubt. And then, because, I don't know if you guys have heard, AZ Fudd is out for the rest of the season. I don't know if you saw that. She's been having some soreness in her knee. So she's going a laparoscopy? I think that's what it's called. I don't know. Do any guys know medical?
We know ACL, MCL, PCL, meniscus, and Achilles, and that's about it.
So she's going to be out. I don't know. A lot of people have been like, oh, Asia's winning MVP. But I'm like, but have you guys seen what Olivia Miles and Caitlin Clark have been doing, though? So I don't know. What do you think, Brian?
I feel like Kelsey Mitchell is she's the more one right now between her and Clark. She's leading...
Okay, but here's my thing, Gabe. She has more points, but Caitlin has more assists and rebounds. She's more I understand the argument, but at the same time, Caitlin is more well-rounded. You know, she's more of she is leading in impact on the court. So I feel like in terms of that, she's kind of a more impactful player. I mean, I definitely do see the argument for Kelsey Mitchell, though. She's a fantastic player, and she definitely will be all WNBA first team for sure. So I don't know, but personally, I think since Caitlin is a little bit more well-rounded, I personally would put her ahead of Kelsey Mitchell.
Caitlin Clark is tied for the lead with Alyssa Thomas for assists with 8.3 a game.
Oh, they're tied now. She
WNBA.
was first.
Well, she must have just been scoring a little bit more. She's averaging 8 more points a game than Thomas is. So
yeah,
she kind of like you said, she does it all.
Yeah, she does it all, and that's the thing about her. She's improved her game so much this year. She scores on all, she does the layup, she does the middies, she does obviously her insane 3-pointers. She's just so well-rounded. It's insane.
And they have it's about a month until the playoffs because of the FIBA championship.
Yes, the FIBA Women's America Cup. Yes, are you guys gonna watch that? You should. It's like the Olympics.
And I find it interesting that they have it this late in the season. I understand it's always in the fall, but just how the season kind of gets cut off.
Maybe it works out for all the international teams.
That probably makes sense.
But yeah, their biggest competition is going to be France because there are so many French players that are currently playing in the WNBA that are also really good. I was looking at the French roster and I recognized half the players because they're in the league.
Well, there you go. So is it the U.S. and France then? That's going to be the
1A, 1B.
What'd you say?
The 1A, 1B right now for the tournament.
Yeah, I think U.S. will probably still win if we have to play France, but they could give the U.S. a run for their money for sure.
It'll be exciting. We'll be following it here. We'll be talking about it here as it starts in a couple weeks or a week and a half.
Yeah, I think it's I think they said 3 weeks.
3 weeks,
know.
okay.
The Indiana Fever was see Caitlin Clark on the women's team in 3 weeks, and I was like, yay.
They're going to assemble the Avengers here.
No, they have assembled the Avengers. I don't know. Did you guys see them play in March?
No.
Because they had
they have an exhibition?
They had exhibition games, and they didn't have Asia or Nafisa or Stewie or any of those, and they still absolutely demolished all the other teams.
Well, it's gonna be fun.
It will be fun. I'm very excited.
Hopefully, the people that cheered in for the World Cup, the men's team, come out again. Owen Kolshak-Klein, assemble the troops.
Yeah, assemble the troops.
Assemble the troops.
Yes. I agree.
So we just have a few minutes left. A new kind of segment I wanted to do is gonna be pretty quick, but so I came up with this idea. I wanted us to be able to compete kind of a little bit. So it's going to be a head-to-head trivia here. So I made this soundbite here. Hope you can understand what it says.
Head-to-head trivia.
Okay. So
I think
a new
it said
segment.
head-to-head trivia.
You got it? All right, good. So I'm going to have Gabe go against Bree because, Jared, you were late, so you don't have to compete. So how it's going to work is a head-to-head. I have 5 questions. Basically, it's the best 3 out of 5. And
okay.
we're going to do the trivia. So whoever wins the next show will be able to take on Jared or whoever's next. And then I'm kind of hoping as we move on. Yes, and we have athletes on. We'll have them compete to kind of make it a competitive thing. So here, we'll start off. This one's going to be football, okay, for Gabe and Bree. Okay. So I'll read out the question. There will be multiple choice if you don't want to guess right away. But anyway, just yell it out when you have your answer. All right.
Okay.
For which team did Bo Jackson, who also played pro baseball, play for in his entire 4-season NFL
Raiders.
career? Well, there we go. That's correct.
I was going to say the Broncos.
Bo?
Yeah.
Same division.
Bo Nix.
Yep.
Bo Nix.
Oh, Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Close enough.
All right, next up. What was Marshawn Lynch's 2011 tackle-breaking touchdown called after cheering fans registered as a minor earthquake?
Do you know this, Gabe?
Beastquake.
Okay.
The Beastquake.
Are these all football?
Come on. This category is football. We'll kind of rotate around, but okay, so it will be rotating.
This is an unfair advantage.
All right, Bree, you got this one. Which team did Brett Favre play for in his final game of his NFL career?
Me?
Yeah.
Me? Am I supposed to know this?
Come on, you got this.
Wait, can you give me multiple choice?
Yep. The Green Bay Packers, the Minnesota Vikings, the New York Jets, or the Philadelphia Eagles?
I don't know. The Vikings?
Yes, correct.
Oh. Did you know that?
Yes.
Will you give me that to me because you're nice?
No.
Yeah, okay.
All right, next one. Which team lost Super Bowl 34 when the St. Louis Rams stopped Kevin Dyson 1 yard short as time ran out?
Titans.
Tennessee Titans, and Gabe takes it. All right,
I'd just like to say I would have won this.
We'll do the last one. We'll do the last one for fun. Okay, we'll have Gabe and Jared go against each other next week or next show because we don't have a show Thursday.
Wait, okay, can we do different sports?
We'll rotate. This is just
this week one. This week one.
Okay,
it's week one. This one, yeah. So
sounds good.
Well, 3 weeks from now we're doing Olympic figure skating.
Hey,
so.
Yes, I like that idea. I like that idea. Jared, you're so smart. We should do that.
There are categories in here, and it says it's like seen on screen. There's random sports, so yeah, it will not be just football. But this is
Thank goodness.
All right, the last one. Which player became the first NFL tight end to surpass 15,000 career receiving yards in 2013? Gabe stumped.
Tony Gonzalez?
Tony Gonzalez, correct. So Gabe gets the win. He'll take on Jared on Monday, will be our plan, because we don't have a show Thursday. But first rundown of the year, everybody, just kind of school year, what are you excited most about for this year?
Ooh, are you starting with me?
Yeah, it could be just something quick, because we have about a minute left.
Okay, sounds good. Honestly, being here, I'm excited to be back.
Football season starting up again.
I'm excited to be back, and I'm excited to see us kind of finally get on camera, because some of us are going to be on camera this year.
I'm excited for us to be on camera.
Oh, Jared might not be. Jared might want to get a haircut first.
I need like 2 more weeks of.
That's so mean.
No, this is me.
He doesn't
love.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is an off-air one, but
like you need a haircut.
No, but I had the color in my hair. It will be gone by the time we're on.
I like the blonde. It's nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks great. Wink, Winnipeg.
Ryan, don't be mean.
So yeah, thank you for listening. I'm excited for doing all the radio here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And yeah, try to get as many athletes on as we can this year. And it's going to be fun. Warrior football on Thursday, so make sure to tune in to that starting at 5:30 with our pregame show, and then kickoff slated later. That will be at 6. So for Bree Conway, Gabe Slavin, Jared Gagos, I'm Ryan Glenn saying thank you for listening, and as always, roll Warriors.